Welcome back to Copperhead Customs. Today we're going to continue on with this, our 1955 Desoto with a blown 392 HEMI in it. This one you do not want to miss. So yes, as stated, this is our 1955 Desoto we've had for about 3 weeks, and it is running a blown 392 HEMI in it. This one we've been giving a bit of a makeover, and what happened was it all started when I went to remove these stickers. So the car originally had white stickers on it. I went to remove them from here and it pulled all the paint off, which then led us to do all of this airbrushing, all this fake patina. We've sanded the car down to make it all matte. We've airbrushed on the dices and all this good stuff to try to save what was a catastrophe. So yes, we continued the theme up the front here by adding all this fake patina everywhere. And up here in the big power plant, the blown 392 HEMI, we had issues with this as well, with our carbies and pressure regulator all up the window, so we had to fix all of that. And in last week's episode we did this magnificent looking laced roof, and we used some different color pearls in it, and this is the end result, this drop dead gorgeous looking roof. And in doing the roof, it has given me another idea. So my original plan was to, once we were happy with our patinaed work, was to clear coat the body in a matte clear, so it looked just like it does now. Now on this side you've got the sun beetling on and it's given you some weird colors, but on the other side. But now after doing the roof with all this pearl I put in it, I'm leaning towards going back to my original plan. My original plan was to pull the stickers, put some pearl in some clear coat and just clear the sides with high gloss clear and freshen them up. After doing the roof, I think the sides, with a little bit of the same color pearls put in them, which was a red, brown and a gold, I think the sides will look magnificent. So I think that's what our plan is. In this one, we're going to mask everything up, shoot some clear. We're probably going to have to go buy some more. It's probably going to chew about 6 litres because this thing is a beast. And fingers crossed, it turns out as good as it does inside my head. So that's the plan. Sit back and enjoy it as I do all the work, you do all the watching, and let's see if we can make this car look amazing once again. And finally, I'll be happy with it. And then we'd nearly get close to saying it's finished. Okay, so we are back. It is early morning. Here's our beautiful roof. Wait till the sun gets on that. It looks amazing. So we've got the car down here. We've done some moving and shaking. We've got our tough little 48 Bedford over here. If you haven't seen that, you're going to have to go check those videos out that we are going to enter into the Hot Wheels competition next year. And it is a little weapon. And look how little it is for a full-size truck. It is tiny. It's tiny now since I lowered it. Let's just go and stand next to it so we can actually take in how small it actually is. Hey. You can just lean on this, pose. Anyway, enough of that. So here we got our big Desoto. Now I've started last night getting it ready. So we've started taking some of the chrome off. We've taken the mirrors off. We'll leave the door handles and that. We'll just mask them up. We're going to mask everything above the roof up. Coming to the back, we've taken our emblem off. We'll mask up the door. Now I don't really want to risk taking the badges off. I may have one little play with one of them, but I do not want to break them. So I think we might just leave them and clear straight over them. We've taken the number plate
mounting off. The tail lights are out and taped up. I'm thinking we will take these top pieces off. I do have a chrome set, so we may look at swapping them to chrome later. We've got a little bee or something buzzing around there. Coming to the front, we've got the front. There's little mate, haven't seen him for a while. We've taken these badges all off. Same on the Desoto badge at the front. I think we're going to pull these and the eyebrows off. The headlight surrounds and the eyebrows. We've got to pull this black rubber off. And then tape the aerial up. And that's pretty much us. We will then cover the wheels. Like I said, we'll mask all the bottom of this chrome up the whole way around. Drop sheet that, and we'll open the bonnet up, and we will drop sheet inside the engine bay. Mask up the front bumper and grille, and then we're pretty much ready. Little tiny bit of scuffing in a few spots, but we're basically ready to paint. We need to scuff a bit of this bottom pan, a little bit around the lights. There's just a few little random spots that will need it. There's a little bit where we pull all the chrome off. We'll need a little bit, maybe a little bit in a few random bits. You can basically see here there's a little bit of staining. We'll get scotchy on that. Other than that, we're pretty much ready. I just want to check over the patina on this side to make sure we're happy. There's a few spots around that I may actually dull down a little bit more. But what we're going to do now is, I've decided that I would like to shadow the back lettering with black. So we're going to quickly get the airbrush out. It's going to cut into our time because we have to paint today. We have to get this painted today because there's a storm coming. Don't know if it's going to be here tomorrow. Definitely here on the weekend, but I reckon we don't really want to be painting tomorrow. I've got some other things to do tomorrow. Elbows, doctors, and we've got to register this because it's now out of the rego's been cancelled, so we have to go put this in our name. So we've got to basically get it all painted today. So we've got to jump in really quickly and try to airbrush this. We've got to have this done as quick as we can in the next hour or so, maybe 2 hours. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning now. And what I'd like is we need to be ready to start shooting paint at about 12 is what I'm hoping. I think we're pushing it 12, 1 o'clock as long as we start shooting the clear by then, because we've got a bit of a process to do here and it's a big car. So, well, none of it will happen if I keep talking. So let's hook up our little baby compressor and our airbrush, mix some black paint up, and we'll start quickly airbrushing this shadow effect in. Oh, Dokley. So we've just done our first letter, done the, and I think you would have to agree that looks a million times better. It really looks three-dimensional now. We'll just come over this side. I'll go right over the back here so we can get if I don't break my neck on the way, we can get a better look from over here. I think that looks way better. So that's the goal, I think. That is the GGO, is to do that. I think that actually looks pretty trick. Hey, that looks trick. So, yeah, we've got to do that now to the rest quickly. I'll do it as quick as I can. And in the meantime, we'll hum and ha about whether we quickly do the 392 HEMI. I think maybe we'll do maybe a little baby shadow on that too. I think that looks 10 times better. Anyways, I'll put you on time lapse and I'll get airbrushing. Okay, we got a fair bit done. So the whole car's completely scuffed now. We got the badges off as well. We decided, yes, to take the badges off. We've got all the chrome off now. Here's our shadowed signwriting. It looks tons better. I'm so glad I did it. And up the front, we did the 392 with the airbrush. It looks so much better, guys. Hopefully it picks it up through the camera how much better that actually looks, and the same with the back one. So we've got everything scotchied now, all the chrome off, the headlight trims off, these pieces, everything off the front, all the badges as well. So everything's off now that we're taking off. We're running way behind. So now we're going to put a drop sheet over the motor and the engine bay, and like I said, we'll then mask this up, masking tape, then we'll do the masking paper, then we'll throw a bit of the drop sheet over the top, and we'll go through, and we've got to mask up the front and rear bumpers and the headlights, and that's basically it. Door handles, etc. And put sheets over the wheels. I have to straighten them back up as well. And then, so I won't bore you with me doing any of that. I'll just get in and get that quickly done as quick as I can. We'll call back in and we'll mix up. I've got to mix up the pearl. So we'll call in and I'll show you that, and then we'll start shooting some paint. Fingers crossed, it looks all right. So the plan is to get it painted today. We can set up and dry tonight. We'll try to unmask it today. We're way behind. We've got like a 5-hour paint job to do in about 2 hours. So we'll see how well we get. I don't like finishing it at dark because it's starting to cool down, but we can only do what we can do. So it won't take us that long to mask up. So anyway, the quicker I get masking, the quicker I get some paint down. Oh, and we also got to give it all a wipe down. So I'm not risking using wax and grease remover because of the paint being funny. So I don't want to risk using that. So I'm actually going to use Windex, and it's, don't normally use Windex, but I have used it previously. I have used it in the past, but I'm going to use that on this because I did some tests with the wax and grease remover, and we're going to have issues if we use it. So I prefer to just leave that, and we'll use Windex. And like I said, we're using the pearl anyway, and they're pretty much dust coats to start with, so it should all be good. Any rate, enough talking, let's get masking. Okay, we are all masked up, ready to go. We've also given it a wipe down, so it's ready to paint. We'll just maybe give it a quick tack cloth, but it's pretty good. I've already given it one, so we're pretty much ready to go. Now we'll come in here and I'll show you what I have done. So we've mixed 2 big tubs of clear. This one has got the pearl in it. Now this has got equal parts of gold, red, and red brown. Okay, and this is what we've got. So we're going to shoot that around first. Use the whole lot over the car. So we just start off light and see how much we're using. But we've got that one tub. Now we've got more clear if we need to, but I've got clear mix straight away so we can dust that around, because basically by the time I've gone around the car, we should nearly be back to being close to being dry where we start. So yeah, it's nearly 4 o'clock. Gets dark here pretty quick, so I would have liked to have it pretty much painted by now, curing. So I'm just going to set you up on time lapse, and I'm just going to go as hard as I can. there's all the pearl laid down, and you probably didn't get a real good view because I'm, like I said, under the pump, pumping it as quick as I can. And so that was two good coats. So it was one pot, did one coat, but we're not putting it on overly thick at this stage. We're just putting it on, I wouldn't say dusting it, but in between. So if you get up close, like that's pearl, that's not, but you can see it's like it's not high gloss sealed over. It's a little, I'm putting it on a little bit dry, as they would say. So that's two coats like that. And the second coat was really starting to, the first coat was not really noticeable a real lot. The second coat really started changing the car. And you can see there, this thing is gonna look pretty insane. So it's really hard to describe. It's going from red to like well, that would be the gold, but it's like nearly like a salmony orange, dark red. I think, and then it will be a bit browny in spots. I think this may look, and the sun, it's gonna look intense. So you see there, it's looking pretty red. Here it's a bit pinky orange. It's actually looking pretty cool. So if you get up close, so you can't really see, but that's metallic. That's all the metallics in there. I'll get a torch, if I can find a torch. Oh, I don't know where I'll put it. At any rate, you'll get the gist. You can see it's really got an orange tinge on it now. It's actually looking pretty tricky, I think. So now the straight gloss is just going to make it pop real hard. And I think we're like, seriously, I think we've got success. So I've got to smash this down as quick as I can. We've just got to let this tack off a bit more. It's close. So you can see there, that little colour there. So that's what it's doing. That's like the salmony colour. And it's got these orange, you can see like down on these lines, you can see like gold and orange, and I think this is going to look, definitely glad we shaded in our signs. Definitely glad we did that. Yeah, really, you're not going to see the sparkle, and it's going to be insane, I think, guys. The sparkle of this is going to be like the roof. It's going to be intense because there was a lot of pearl in that. So alright, I'll set you up somewhere. I'll try to set you up somewhere better while we're letting that tack off, and I might get a quick drink, and then we'll throw, I don't know, a couple more coats on anyway. I think start putting it on heavy now, and then we'll go from there. Okay, well, big effort. So as you can see, well, it's pitch black. The camera always makes it look lighter. So we've got some, I'll tell you what, it looks pretty good. We got a few bugs coming into it. That's what sucks. We just had a big bug land on the bonnet, just there. And we've had some midges jumping in it, so there's going to be a little bit of stuff in it. But overall, you're not going to get good lights. It's, I don't know, it looks insane. See, so the light you're seeing through the camera is nothing what it looks like when I stick that light on. There's this greenish tinge, greeny gold tinge to the rust, and oh, it looks pretty damn cool. We've got a pretty good in the end. Orange peel wise, it is pretty good indeed. I laid it on nice and thick. So we got 2 real heavy coats that I did. So we did 2 average coats, 2 heavy coats, and oh, it looks really, really nice, guys. Whether we'll give it any more, I don't know. We'll have to see what it looks like in the morning. I can't get any more tonight. See if it looks deep enough. It looks pretty good. It actually looks really good. Yeah, we've still got more clear, so we could give it more, but I think it's, I'm chuffed with the result. I think we've actually pulled this off. I think we've actually pulled the body off and made it look good again. Alright, so there's no point filming too much now. I'll show you tomorrow. We'll get up, we'll unmask it, and we'll, I suppose we'll put it out in the sun, and then we'll come back and put all the chrome and that back on. And hopefully when we unmask, we don't pull any clear. First we'll look at it though, yeah, and see if we're happy, or whether we should give it another coat. I think it's okay to give it another coat again tomorrow, like, because it's only going to be 12-15 hours, so generally you're okay. It's not preferred, but I think it's pretty good as it is. So yeah, I think we'll push it out, have a look at it in the sun, and it's going to pop. Put all the chrome back on. Okay, we are back. It's early morning. Let's go see how many bugs got in the paint and if it's okay, because it rained 2 hours after I finished. And then if you look around, it's just full fog, so there is so much moisture in the air. But here it is from the back. It's quite a colour, isn't it? It's quite a colour. Okay, so that's just some water in there. Let's just have a touch. It feels, it's definitely set off, so that's a good sign. Oh, this thing looks pretty good. Pretty good. We're just gonna put the dog in. Come here. Come here. Turn around. Turn around. Good boy. Oh, in your little spot. Let's open it up. There you go, matey. There you go. So here we go. It's definitely different. Oh, it's very vibrant and orangey, salmony, gold. It is. Oh, this is going to look, I think this is going to look magnificent. Got a few little bugs in it. This is going to look magnificent outside when the sun pops off it, I think. It's not too bad. Can't really see any runs. Anyway, I think we got it on pretty good. It's not very overly peely. I think we did a pretty good job, guys, seeing we painted it at dark. I could hardly see what I was doing. Hey? It's not bad, is it? You boy might know how to paint sometimes. Alright, let me start unmasking, and hopefully we get some sun out by then. Okay, we've got it unmasked. Peeled one or two little tiny little bits. That's why I like peeling my masking tape when the clear is still wet, but it was too late last night. So, but it's not an issue. So this is it in the morning sun. This will look completely different this afternoon in the afternoon sun. And like what you're seeing is pretty much how it looks. So now, but it's more glittery in real life. Before, when you'd see these patches, they were just reflections. Now that is actual what it does. So you can see in the roof, if you looked on the early shots of the roof is not giving us the gold. So that's an afternoon light, is the real gold pops, and that will happen with this as well, even though you're seeing a ton of gold in it as it is. Like, how good does that look? Now we'll bring you in close. Hopefully you can see it. But I can see that way back where I am. And the paint job is, hey, no wet sanding required on this one, guys, other than the bugs that went into it. The orange peel side of it is ridiculously nice. So it's looking probably a bit redder through the lens than it is. It's probably a little bit more orange. But you come around here, check that out. So here it's really like a peachy color, peachy orange. I think we've changed this car up, and you see it's nice and deep. The signs with the shadowing I think's really helped. So this is the shade side, a bit more red. You can see on the bonnet over there you've still got red tinges in it. And then we've got this contrasting roof, and I think our colour palette, our browny, coppery, you know, more, and then our goldy, orangey red, and our browny reds. I think we've pulled off a perfect combo nearly. I'm actually chuffed with this. It's got so much going on. It's like, you look at the body, it's never going to look as good in the camera as what it does in real life. Okay, you're never going to get the same pop that I'm getting, but there's all this sparkle and stuff happening, multiple colors changes because of the pearls. Then you've got this signwriting, which now is starting to look pretty good all through it, and then the patina hidden under there. So it does look a lot redder in the camera than it is. And then you look up and you see this roof, like it's just got so much happening. So much happening. It's a bit of a jaw dropper now. So I'm going to just quickly change the zoom, so zoom yet filming on, but the colour palette's probably a bit better for you. I don't know, what you guys? Drop your comment on the morning sun. Colours, what we've done. We're going to take it back in the shed. Start putting all the chrome, tail lights and all that good stuff back on. We have an issue with our brake lights we need to address as well. We've got to clean the windows. We've got a little bit of a dusting. It always seems to happen on the windows. It gets in somehow. So we've got all that to do. Then we'll take some footage in the afternoon sun. Hopefully the sun's out again this afternoon, and we'll take it up the street and get some footage of it in that light. But don't leave yet, because we got something else we're gonna have to wait till Monday to do. We got something else we're gonna do to this to make it even better. Okay, we are back. It's been, oh, I don't know, nearly a week, I'd say, since we painted the car. And if you're wondering what's going on my head, I had some skin cancer, potential skin cancers cut off, and they're being sent off to get tested. Hopefully, we'll see what happens anyway. So stay out of the freaking sun, guys, especially over here in Australia, because it's nasty. Anyway, our paint has turned out a treat. It's really nice. Now what we have done off camera, we've gone around with a little soapy steel wool pad, you know, the 000, whatever it is, and done all the chrome everywhere and got it up not too bad. We also went around with a razor blade, and in a lot of these areas there was, you can still see a little remnants down in there. Now that's not from us, that's from the last paint job. There was lots of bits of overspray and bad taping done. So we went around and with the blade and got rid of all of that. We also detailed inside and vacuumed it. I've been driving it a bit. So all the inside is now, all the carpet. As you can see, it's a pretty nice interior. That's all been done. And excuse me, we did the boot as well. Detailed all the boot. We've actually been working on it, so there's a little bit of Needs another vacuum. As you can see, the car's nice. It's all been wrapped, aligned up in here, same under the bonnet, but we got to give this another vacuum out. We've got all our brake lights, tail lights, reversing lights. We've got everything working now as well. And most of it was just bad earths, dirty contacts, blown globes. We had a bit of a sticky switch in the thing here. It was mainly the issue. It was just all needed a little bit of TLC. So what we've also been doing is I've been stuffing around with wheels. The wheels have been off on 1,000 times, measuring everything, trying to look at different wheels that I like, and I've come up with a few that I do not mind. Basically, my issue is we've even put some spacers on them to bring them out and puff them right out. We have a lot of room up into the guards. We have basically between 30 and 40. I can nearly gain 40 mil on the outside with a little bit of trimming, and we've got 40 to 50 mil on the inside, so we can actually go huge. So on these are 17s inch by 8s with a positive 27 mil offset. So it makes it about I think it's about a 5.5 inch backspace, and that's running a 275 tyre on it at the moment. So potentially we could put a 325 wide, like we could put a monster tyre under it and not have it scrape. Not on that rim, of course, but my issue is even if we go to a 10-inch rim, we have this crazy offset this way, and we can't put anything with a deep dish. Now, finding that rim is impossible, to find the perfect rim to fit this. I cannot get, I was even looking at buying these in a 20. That is one thing we could do to the same size, slightly different offset in a 20-inch rim, but still it's not quite the ideal world. I really want something really deep dished, and so what the plan is we're going to stick with these wheels for now. I've actually lowered the back of the car a little bit more. I don't know if you can tell where it is. The car's a little bit lower in the back now. I'm quite happy with it. Eventually down the track we will rip the diff. We will either shorten this one or build a shortened diff for it. I think we want to take about 2.5 inches out of each side. Then we can put monster rims under the back with a monster dish. Probably get a 10, maybe even a 12-inch rim in there with a 3.5 backspace and have a monster dish, make it look really good. But that will be down the track, and what rim I pick I'm not sure, but they may have to even be made. Like, we'll see what happens. In next week's episode, I think we'll do one more video on this car, and in next week's episode I think we may look at painting the centers of the wheels. Drop some thoughts on that idea. This is an idea I'm thinking with. And also in the next episode we're going to look at building a bonnet cover, scoop cover, like a gasser cover, and I think we'll paint that to match the car. Probably put the gasser, what class it would be in, on it, signwriting, even toying with lacing the top of it or doing some crazy stuff. So we'll do that in the next week's episode. But we still haven't finished today. What we've got is we've gone and spent an absolute ton of money and to change our air cleaner setup. So we've got various options. We've bought these velocity stacks, which I think are pretty cool. We've also gone and bought 9-inch base plates over here to run a standard filter, and chrome tops, and little tiny low profile nuts. We've bought 4-inch by 9-inch filters, and I think these are 2 3/4 by 9-inch filters. So we've got various different scenarios. One thing this is why we've done this, is one, we can just run this filter straight onto the base, yes, with the chrome lid, boom, and have 2 of them. We could also do the same with the 2 3/4 with the chrome lid, 2 of them, okay. But what we could also do is we could take the mesh out now, and we could have this sitting on there with the chrome top is another option, or to have that on there with the chrome top on the top like that. Now that is pretty groovy. So what we're going to do is put a few different ones on the car and see what we like. And I think the real tall ones will look pretty trick, but I think we'd get in trouble with that because that will be really, really high on the car, but we will have a look at it. Any rate, enough talking. Let's quickly put some of these on and we'll come in and show you each one when I've done them. Okay, so here is the velocity stacks on their own. So this is option number 1 and I quite like them. Now the issue with the velocity stack is it has just a foam filter which over time deteriorates. So that is our only issue, and if it deteriorates it can go down into the motor. So that's our only issue with the velocity stack as per se. So they fit, now nothing's bolted down, they're just sitting on there. So have a little look ski. We'll just come back a bit so you can see the car. I know the light's pretty terrible, but so there's option 1. Now option 2 is with the 4-inch filter, which there's no, I'm going to get in so much trouble if I do this. I'll be pulled over by the first policeman that sees the car, I believe. I don't think there's any way we can really run this one. This is maybe for the show, when we take it to a show. I think I'll get in so much trouble running them. I think it looks pretty crazy. But yeah, definitely I'm going to get in trouble running that. Definitely going to get in trouble. So that is option number 2. So that's the velocity stack with the 4-inch filter. But if we come into the car, there's my driving position. There's no way I'm pulled over straight away. 5 seconds. Lucky if I get out of town with that. I think that looks really cool, but honestly, I don't believe I can pull that one off. So we'll now show you the next option. It's going to be 5 options, and I want all you guys to tell me what one you like. Okay, so here's number 3, which is just the straight 4 inches. Again, I'm liking all of them. I think that looks pretty trick as well. But much better than those little tiny ones, I think. From the front, quite good. Yes. So they're not too bad. Now inside, even these, I think I'll still get in trouble with that. But and inside, see, I quite like the look of that. So I like them. So now let's go to the next one. All right, option number 4, which is with the 2 3/4 on top of the velocity stack. Again, not too bad, but I don't know, it's okay. I think if we're going to run a filter on top of the velocity stack, and if we do that, we will pull the foam meshing out. I think if we're going to do that, we basically run the big one, because we'll get in trouble for that. And so if we're doing that, we might as well do it properly. Okay, so there's that one. Stand back, you see the car. That's not bad, I suppose. It's not, that's okay. Anyway, one more. And there is our just straight 2 3/4 on as our final option, number 5. So like I said, comment what you think. Now I think this one, this is basically our subdued look, but I think this will be our, the one we'll probably set up for with our scoop. So when we run our scoop, we'll put them on, is what I'm thinking. So they look okay, but I think, yeah, like I said, they'll be the ones for the scoop. And if we were to get in trouble, we'll have them in the boot and we could put them on. So that's what I'm thinking with them. You drop your comments on. I honestly think that is insane looking, but just, I'm like I said, I'm going to get in trouble doing that one. So that will be when we go to a show. I think we'll set that up. So I'm leaning towards to just run around normally, either the straight 4s or the velocity stacks. So that's where our head's at. I think we'll keep the other stuff in the boot in a box and we can swap them around. So I'll have to go make some different size threads for them all. I'll decide which one I want to put it on, and then we will pull it out in the sun and have a look at it. Okay, so here we go. Here it is outside. You can see how low we've got it in the back. Looks much better. Like I've said, we're going to do something with the wheels, I think. Drop your comments. Like I've said, I'm painting the spokes in a goldy coppery colour is what I'm thinking. Drop your comments on that. I'm not 100% sure if I want to do it or not. And also, like I said, we've got the 5 options. Tell us what you think about the air cleaner set up. So we've put the velocity stacks on, and that's what we're going to run around until we hear. But we've got all the threads, all different threads, all everything's made up, so it's all, we can swap and change them easily now. So this is what we've got. I'm pretty happy with it. In this sun, as you can see what it's doing in here, it's a bit, the car's a lot more orangey and gold hints happening in this sun, but in every different light and the different times of the day with the different sun, it will change. In the afternoon it goes really gold and vibrant and a lot more orange through the back. And like, you know, check that angle out, it's actually looking really tough, and I'm actually pretty happy with it. So I think we've definitely changed it. Let us know what you think about doing that, doing the gloss. I think it's turned out an absolute treat. Alright, so that's what we've done. We've got one more video we're going to do on this, I think. Then we'll just start enjoying it for a while. Then we get back on our 48 Hot Wheels $2,000 Bedford build, which I know a lot of you have been hanging for me to get back on. But with all that said, I'll say thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week.